Welcome to Shaw Sports and Faith, SSF, where we talk sports-based topics and faith-based topics. Today is a sports-based topic, and I got a question for you all today. Is Steph Curry the best player in the world? Yes. Is Stephen Curry the best player in the world? The Golden State Warriors played the Sacramento Kings Sunday, 2:30, where the Golden State Warriors was able to defeat the Sacramento Kings in Sacramento after losing Game 6. And the series going to be 3-3 in the Game 7, where the game was tied, but then Kevin Looney just bust out, just getting every rebound, and Curry just went completely off, scoring 50 points on 20 of 38 shots, with the Warriors earning the Game 7 victory 120-100. And then people begin to ask, like, Curry had a great playoff run last season, winning the championship, getting that monkey off his back, saying that we need another superstar all-time great alongside him to win, and he ended up winning it, although they had a really good team, and he had a really great performance, I think averaging 34 points, I believe, in the finals. And now he had a pretty good season this year. He averaged 29.6 rebounds, 6.3 assists, 49% shooting on 42% from the three-point line. And a lot of people are saying now Curry is the best player in the world. We got to stop knocking him. We got to stop dissing him. We got to give him all the credit he deserves and say that Curry is the best player in the world, because his playoff numbers this year, he's averaging 33.7 points per game, 5 rebounds, 5 assists on 48% shooting, and 37% three-point shooting. So we say Curry, he's arguably the best shooter of all time, even though I don't know, there's a lot of great shooters. He can shoot the mid-range. He can shoot the three. He got the floater. He can drive to the basket. He can pass. The only weakness that Curry has is he's not a good defender, and of course he can't post up. He's little. So we got to say, and his team always win, his impact, because you have to worry about Curry. As soon as he passes half-court line, you have to worry about him. And then he's running around screens all day long. They set so many screens that you just so concerned about him. The defense is so concerned about him that guys are always open because you're worried about him. And then when he got the ball, you got to be up on him because he handled the ball so well, and he could shoot because his handle was so well, and he could shoot off the dribble, and all he needs is a little inch to get his shot off, and bam, man, it's over with. And if he get hot, it's just his impact on it. And when he get hot, and the attention that he draws from the defense gets everybody else open. So, man, he makes everybody else better, and people are like, yo, Curry got to be the best in the world. And I say, I don't think so. Not yet, buddy. I don't think so, because you got this young brother who hadn't been getting credit over there on the East Coast. Well, not in the East Coast, really in the Southern Coast, but they play in the East, and that's Jimmy Buckets, Jimmy Butler, Jimmy Jordan. That boy has been balling out of control. He is completely off the reservoir. And when they played Milwaukee Bucks had the number 1 record, not only in the East, but the number 1 record amongst any team in the NBA. You had Giannis, who's been arguably the best player in the NBA. To me, he's been the best player in the NBA. He was to me, should be MVP. They had the number 1 defense in the league. I didn't see Miami having a chance, even with Tyler Hero and Bam Adebayo, both guys averaging 20 points a game. I still didn't think they was going to be able to play good enough to beat Milwaukee. Well, Giannis went out the first game, and of course, they ended up winning. And then the second game, I think it was the second or third game, Milwaukee just was so hot and they won. And Giannis played the last 2 games, but they still lost. But Jimmy scoring 56 points with Tyler Hero getting hurt, Bam getting fouling out the game. I mean, impressive. When they was down 16 points, he come out there making shot after shot after shot, mid-range shots, going to the basket, post up, getting fouled, making free throws, step back threes. I mean, whatever, however you want it, he gave it to you. Driving to the basket. Then on the defensive end, locking down whoever he had to defend. And come back in game 7, scoring you another 42 points when the team was down 16 points, when they looked like they was down, dead, drowning in the river. He came back out. They came back out of the river with Jimmy putting the whole team on his back, balling. Jimmy, during the season, only averaged 23 points per game, 5.9 rebounds, 5.3 assists on 54% field goal shooting and 35% three-point shooting. Jimmy, as he's been doing throughout his career, I mean, he rising up big time in the playoffs. In the playoffs, he's averaging 36 points per game, 7 rebounds, 4.7 assists on 58% field goal shooting and 42% three-point shooting. In this year's playoffs, this 22-23 season, these playoffs, Jimmy Butler, to me, has been the best player in the playoffs. Jimmy Butler, to me, has been the most impressive player in the playoffs. Why? Because Jimmy doesn't really have a lot of help. Bam is up and down. Kyle Lowry, up and down. Tyler Hero, which would have really been a big help, he's been out. Gabe Vincent playing pretty well. Other guys playing pretty well, but they're not stars. When you look at Golden State Warriors, you got Klay Thompson, another guy who could be up there as one of the best shooters ever. You got Draymond Green, who's a really good defensive player and the point guard for the team, and the leader, the captain for the team. Wiggins is a good player. Jordan Poole is a good player. They got a Dennis Rodman and Kevin Looney on the rebounds that's dominating the glass. Golden State has a much, much better team. Curry has talent around him. So Curry is a great player, but Jimmy doesn't have all that, but yet he is beat the number 1 team in the league. He is doing more than what people expected him to do because of Jimmy stardom, because of Jimmy Butler being that light, being that shining light, being that super duper star. So to me, if you want to say somebody is the best player in the world right now, if I had to give it to somebody being the best player in the world right now, based off playoff performance, I would have to give Jimmy Butler. Sorry, I can't give it to Curry right now, and I like Curry. But Jimmy Butler, to me, right now, is the best player in the world, to me. If you like my video, give this a like. If you comment and think different, comment, and I'll be sure to engage with you guys. Subscribe. Y'all have a blessed and prosperous day. Peace and love.